Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joyous Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be making a stamp-free card just using our scary silhouette dies to make a fun Halloween card. Going to hold while I flip and we'll get started. Alright, I think you guys can see everything okay. Let me get things back into view. There we go. Alright, let me show you the card. First though, let me talk about Fun Fold Friday and how I like to work it. I love to see your comments either on YouTube or watching my Facebook Live or even after my Facebook Live. You have until midnight tonight, this Friday, to comment, and one lucky person who comments will get today's card. So comment away. These are also the card I'm making for a upcoming swap that's happening tonight in Utah, and I'm just sending my swaps a little bit late. So this is a sneak peek for those who attend that event. Let me show you though how this one works. It's an accordion fold, and I've used the scary silhouette dies. So it's part of a bundle, so you have the stamp set with the dies. But I did not use a stamp set at all. I totally could though. I could have added a couple things like a boo right here. You see that's a cute little boo. I could have added some bats if I wanted to. I kept this one very, very basic though, and no stamping. The cool thing about this one is that it does open like kind of like an accordion where it flips this way and then we unfold it that way. We can get a screen, there we go. And we have all these white spots, so if you did want to stamp, you totally could, or you can leave a fun message in here as well. And then it folds back down to where you see our 3 panels of Designer Series paper, and it's just super, super fun. You gotta love that cute little cat right there, the scary, scary cat. Let me show you how, and we make this card using these dies. So the first thing you do is cut out your basic black for your card base, and I will have all these measurements over on my blog, so don't worry if I don't say it right or if I miss something, you can check on there. So I had a regular sheet of cardstock which measures at the 8.5 by 11. We want to cut it 11, so 11 long by 5.5, which then gives you this leftover piece here. This piece is what we're going to use to die cut out our shapes for this card. So what you do is you line it up like here, and then you see these are the trees, and we're going to line them up all at the same time. If you need something like washi tape or a Post-it note to help keep them together, you totally could. But I had no problems at all. And then I went ahead and put my kitty cat here. It does not matter where the cat goes in there. We just want to cut out this shape here. So I feel like we did a really good job not wasting paper and not wasting times running through the cutting machine. So technically I should have cut this 3 times. There's 3 different dies, but we only ran it through 1 time, our die cutting machine. And we ended up with our cute little trees, our little cat we'll put in there. And then I grabbed my Mango Melody and I die cut this one out all by itself as well, so that we have something to attach our tree frame to. All right, let me grab our base back in and show you those measurements here. So like I said, that's 11 by 5.5, and then we have it scored at 1.5 and at 4.5 and 7.5. So there's 3 score lines right there. We're gonna make it look like a lot more, kind of like a fake accordion, but just having lots of different panels even without the scores there. And I'll show you. Let's go ahead and glue these parts together though while we have it here. We're going to take just a little bit of liquid glue and go around our ends and on a couple of our branches. I know what you're thinking, Rachel, it is way too early to even think about Halloween. It's about almost 2 months away, less than 2 months away. But here's how it works in the crafting world. You have to order now because it takes about 3 to 7 days, depending on where you live, for your supplies to come. And then it takes you however many days you might in order to actually make your crafting items. So I highly recommend ordering everything Halloween this month, because it's not like you're in school anymore, elementary school, and you make the crafts, you know, the day of Halloween. This is something you need to do before so that it's ready to go. I'm just putting on 3 mini dimensionals on the back of her cat. I'm going to attach that right where that border of the bottom of our frame goes, right there, to make our little cat just pop up just a little bit. For these dies, there's also other shapes, like a haunted house would have been really cool right there. Let me grab them so you can see the scary silhouettes. So we have haunted house and bats, a moon, and a cool little banner there as well. All right, let's go ahead and grab our paper, our card base, and let's grab our bone folder, and let's start creasing some of these. So I'm gonna look at this as a guide so I remember how to do it. So my 1.5, I'm gonna fold it facing in. Use my bone folder. Then we're gonna fold this one so it's going behind. And if you fold them the wrong way the first time, don't worry. Paper is very forgiving, and you can fold it again and again. And then one more time that way. So it has these 3 little panels there. All right, next we're going to take our pieces of designer series paper, which I am using our Celebrate Everything. It's a hostess only paper, so you have to be a hostess or use hostess rewards in order to get this paper. But it's a pack of paper that's just full of so many things. So I have it lined up for our star one right here in the front, and there's a little bit difference of measurements, so you do have to pay attention which one goes where. This one's a little bit smaller. It's 5.25 by 1.25, and these other 2 are the same, and that's the 5.25 by 1.5, so just a little bit bigger. And you can have them go any direction between these 2, and these are actually double-sided, so pumpkins and ghosts and stars on one side and stripes on the other. The back of this one has kind of like a buffalo check print on there. All right, let's go ahead and grab our liquid glue and let's start attaching these. I'm gonna grab actually a weight. Maybe let's put a clear block right here for a minute. Flip over our DSP, and we'll get ready to place that one on. This is our very top front one. I just want to make sure it has a border on all of our sides here. I'm using liquid glue so we can shimmy it, and so that way it's not getting stuck the first time I put it down. Then for our next piece of designer series paper, we're going to go on the bottom. So open this, here's our top. We're going to open it one fold, grab our ghosts, flip them over, a little bit of liquid glue, and glue it in. This one you want to get it pretty close to that border on the bottom as well, creating that fun black outline. And our last piece is that stripey, so we'll flip it over so it's ghost side up, ghost and pumpkin. Hope you guys have been seeing pumpkin everything in your grocery stores right now. I know I went to the store on Tuesday and I was like, it's back. Everything pumpkin is here again. All right. So that's all we need to do for our designer series paper, and you totally could leave it like that and maybe just have 2 pieces of white, but we're going to go ahead and finish this up by putting even more panels. So we'll open this one up so we have our 2 top spots here, and make sure that we have the right ones that will fit. Looks like these are our good ones. These ones are exact same size too. Just do a little bit of liquid glue on this one and line it up. There we go. Flip yours over. For white, there's really not a wrong way or right way. It just depends on your scoreboard, or your paper trimmer. And if it's cutting, you can totally tell a difference between which side you cut and which side you didn't cut. Okay, so we're creating just a little bit of line here. This is making a fake panel. So that looks like there's another crease here, but there isn't. All right, then we'll open it up to this side now. Put a little bit of basic white on this side. Flip it and stick it down. So this card was actually inspired by a swap I received from backstage when I went to New Orleans. And sadly, this stamper was a mystery stamper. So either I lost her business card or the Post-it note that was on it, and I didn't know her name. So let me show you the card at the very end so you can see both of them and how this layout could be used for multiple things. So say if you're not a Halloween card making kind of girl, you can still use this for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, for a birthday card. Just depends on what paper and dies you choose to use. So that's basically it. All we have to do now is flip this over and add a couple dimensionals here on the top. We only want dimensionals to be on the very top panel because we want to be able to open this up, right? So don't go too far down. That's why I have it flipped over so you can see where it's going to line up on here. So I know that I'm not going too far with my dimensionals on that side. And I'll just make an eyes and a nose. That's what that looks like. Kind of like a jack-o'-lantern even right there. That's pretty funny. Oh, it does not feel like fall here right now. It is super hot. I came straight from work. If you guys remember, I'm recess Rachael now. I'm doing recess duty at a local elementary school here in town. There we go, super cute. And that is it. This fold is fairly easy, and you're just gonna pick and choose what dies you want to use and what designer series paper. Here's my original, here's this one, and let me show you that Christmas one. Here's the one that inspired me. It says, "A paper hug from me," and it opens up this way, and there we go. See how those look very similar, but just using the different types of designer series paper. Hope you guys had a fun time learning this Halloween card, and give it a try and comment. I love to see your comments and have the chance to send this card to you. Have a great weekend. Happy Labor Day weekend, and happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.